Hey, it's LSF here today. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm kicking off a new 3-part video series where we break down the dashboard icons and the warning lights you'll see inside the second generation Lexus NX, whether you drive the gas-only NX 250, NX 350, or the hybrid NX 350h, or the plug-in hybrid NX 450h Plus. This series is for you. One of my viewers emailed me and told me that maybe this is a good video idea. So I took that and now I'm creating 3 videos on this. The first video will focus on the left side of the instrument cluster, which houses some of the most important system alerts and indicator lights. Let's get started. So before we start, a quick reminder, there are 3 different dash layouts, depending on which NX model you have. So you see here we have the NX 250 and the NX 350, the gas only, where you see that there's also 2 different variations, where one you have in the center, and those are usually where you have the heads-up display, and there's one where the LCD is more to the left. And this left and center is the same across the board. It really just depends if you have the heads-up display or you do not. And then the NX 350h hybrid has power gauges instead of the tactometer. And then also the NX 450h Plus, the plug-in hybrid, has a similar power gauge on the left side. And it also has some EV-specific indicators. So the left side of the dash is where you'll usually find status lights like key systems, like your brakes, stability controls, and other safety features. So now let's go and start looking at every single icon. So the first icon that we're going to look at is the brake warning light. So you can see here, we have different colors here. So the first thing on the left side, we see the word brake. That is what is displayed in the United States. In Canada, we see that icon below. So that's a little bit different. In Japan, I think it follows the Canadian standard here. So this is interesting because there is a red and a yellow. So when it's red, it means that brake fluid shortage, meaning you don't have enough brake fluid, or there could be something wrong with the brake system. So immediately stop the vehicle in a safe place and contact your Lexus dealer. Continuously driving it could be dangerous. And at the same time, if the ABS warning light and the brake light warning light comes at the same time, immediately stop the vehicle in a safe place and do contact your Lexus dealer. Not only that this indicates a malfunction in the ABS or the brake assist system, but it also could cause the vehicle to become unstable during heavy braking, which could result in serious injury or, in worst case, death. So now when we look at this, it's yellow. The brake warning light is yellow. What does that mean? So regenerative braking system malfunctioned. It could also mean that there's some abnormal situation in the electronic brake system, and the parking brake system could have malfunction. So again, have your vehicle inspected by the Lexus dealer immediately. So in the same situation, if the ABS light comes on with this brake warning light in yellow, you should still stop immediately and reach out to your Lexus dealership because it could cause that you cannot brake at all. I know most of you know what this icon means, right? This is the left signal, right? So a few things here. This only works when the power switch is on, but there's one situation where you probably need to bring your car into a Lexus dealership, and that is when all the turn signals are flashing, but they're flashing abnormally fast. And if that's the case, most likely your turn signals, either one of the lights are out and it needs a replacement. And if you're not aware, you can see that we have the control of the turn signal. You see that there's 4 phases here. So phase 2 and phase 3, so if you push it up a little bit or push it down a little bit, what happens is that the left or the right turn signal will flash a number of times, depending on how much your car is programmed. I think by default it's 3 times for North America. I think for Japan it's 5 times. You can program it up to 7 times, okay? And then if you go up to 1, it means that it will turn, the left turn signal will continuously flash. Or if you go to the 4 state, and that is when the right turn signal will continuously flash. So the driver and passenger seatbelt warning. So when there is a passenger in the front seat, and the passenger should also wear their seatbelt, right? Well, not everybody does that, but I totally encourage everybody who have a seat in the car, wear a seatbelt. So the driver seat and the passenger seat belt is unfastened, so there's a warning buzzer as well. So if the vehicle speed exceeds a certain level, the driver and the passenger seat belt is not fastened, a warning buzzer will sound intermittently set for a period of time. So it will get annoying. And then there's also times where you have no passenger and the passenger seat, and if you have a luggage or items that have a place in the seat, the sensor will detect the weight and the warning light will flash and the buzzer will sound as well. If a cushion or other objects in place of the passenger seat, the sensor may not detect the presence of an occupant and the warning light may not activate. Okay, so there may be a way to get around it, right? A cushion. So that's what this is, and I think this is a very common icon that most of you would understand already. So when this light comes on, the power steering warning, it means that the electric power steering has some abnormal situation. So what they're saying is, if the 12-volt battery is not fully charged, or if there's a temporary drop in voltage, the warning light might come on and the warning buzzer may sound. When the power steering warning light turns yellow, steering force assistance is limited. When it turns red, there is no steering force assistance at all, which can make steering very heavy. So that's the difference between the yellow and the red. If the steering is harder than usual, hold the steering wheel firmly and apply more force than usual. So when this light comes on, it means there's something wrong with the SRS airbag system, or there's a malfunction in the seatbelt system. So again, when this turns on, you probably need to bring it to the shop. Follow me on Instagram at LSFTvideos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. So this indicator is only available on the gas-only models. So the downhill assist control allows the driver to drive at a constant speed, low speed, going down a steep slope. The system can be used when the brake and the accelerator pedals are not being operated and the vehicle speed is up to 30 kilometers per hour. And when you press that button, the indicator will turn on and the system is operational. When the system is operational and the slip indicator light flashes, at the same time, the brake lights and the high mount stop lamps will turn on. You may hear an operating sound, but that doesn't mean that it's malfunction. Love it or hate it, this is the start-stop system that's available in the gas-only version. So what happens is, when you're in drive, the vehicle is brought to a complete stop, and when you press onto the gas pedal, the engine will automatically stop. The indicator will turn on, and that's where we have the start-stop system. When you release and you start putting gas on, the engine will power back on, and then it will go out. So that's in the indicator. However, this indicator will blink. If the driver's door is open while the engine is stopped by the start-stop system, it will blink, and there will be a warning buzzer as well. So the only way for it to stop is to close the driver's door. So the next indicator is brake hold. So as it says, it will hold the brake when you're at a stop, and you can release your foot and it will hold onto the brake. But there are some caveats here. So there are some warnings that Lexus has provided. On a steep slope, be careful using the brake hold system because the brake hold may not be able to hold the vehicle and it may slip. And then also they're saying that this is not for parking, so brake hold is not a function for parking for long periods of time. If you turn the power switch off while the brakes are held, the hold function may be released and the vehicle may start moving. When operating the power switch, depress the brake, shift to P, and then apply the parking brake. The ABS and brake assist warning light. So there's a warning on this one as well, and we talked about this before. Canada, US has different icons for this. Japan uses the same icon as Canada, and the faults are here where ABS could have a malfunction or the brake assist could have a malfunction. And we talked about this again, the ABS warning light and the brake warning light, if they both come on the same time, do bring it in to the dealership because your car may not be able to stop. So this is another one that is gas only. This is the start and stop or stop and start system. When you turn it off, this light will turn on. So if the engine is stopped by the stop and start system while the air conditioning is set to auto setting, the fan speed may reduce or stop to prevent the temperature from increasing too high during cooling or decreasing too low during heating. So why would you deactivate this? Well, first thing is if you really hate this start and stop or stop and start system, or when you want to prioritize air conditioning efficiency. So meaning you really want to it's too hot and you really need air conditioning all the way. Or when the windshield becomes foggy, or when you actually smell odor from the air conditioning vent and you probably want to turn it off so the system will actually blow stronger so that you'll be able to feel better. So that is the start and stop or stop and start system. Maybe I should have put this with the brake hold, right? So what happens here is when you press the brake hold operation, so when you turn on the feature, that green light will turn on. So when you step on the brake and the car in standstill, and that's when the brake is hold, this yellow indicator will turn on. And then when you step on the gas a little bit, then it will turn off. So that's what this light is for. So this next one is the tire pressure warning light. And typically, if you see the warning light flash for about 1 minute and then it comes on, it just means that the tire pressure warning system there's a malfunction. The malfunction doesn't mean that your tire pressures are not working. It's just that the system has not recognized those tire pressure monitoring sensors. And you may need to adjust them, or you may need to get them programmed, or you need to go to the dealership and have them have a look at it. There are cases where this warning light does come on and it either has some buzzing sound. It could mean that there's loss of tire pressure. So you probably need to look at the screen and see which tire is losing pressure, or if you have a flat tire. So definitely at that time, you don't have a spare tire if you're on the run flats, so you may need a tow, or if you don't have the run flats, then you have a tire repair kit, and you either get it repaired or get it towed. So the next one is the check engine light, so engine warning light. This one, I think there's a lot of cases where this light can turn on. Like the 12-volt battery dying and you're trying to start the car, you will see this check engine light. There are many cases, meaning there's some abnormal activities in the electric engine control system, the electronic throttle control or the electronic control system malfunctioned, or in the hybrid world, the hybrid systems malfunction, or some other things that you just couldn't drive the car. So if this light ever does come on, they really tell you that, and it's typically it will flash. If that does happen, I would say immediately stop in a safe place and then have your Lexus dealership have it checked out. So have it towed and have a look. So the next icon, which is the last one in this video, is the driving assist information indicator. And it's because there are some driving assistance systems that may have some abnormal behavior. So the following systems, so the pre-crash safety or the pre-collision safety system, the lane departure alert, or the rear vehicle cross-traffic alert warning. So those three systems can typically trigger this. And then also one of the following systems has stopped working or is set to off, or you have snow covered your sensors, like the parking support brake, the rear camera detection, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and safe exit assist. So any of those systems been turned off, or there's something wrong, something abnormal, or it stopped working because some stuff has covered the sensors, that's when this light will also turn on. So when there are cases where you have some interference with sensors, you wipe them off, clean them off, and the light turns off, great. But if you continue to see this problem, it means that the Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0, there is something that's not working. And that wraps up our look at the left side of the Lexus NX instrument cluster. In the next episode, I'll walk through the right side, and we'll look at things like cruise control indicators, seatbelt status, and more. If you found that this video was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with any icons you've seen and want to get decoded. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.